I never have a love like like my mom's love. Like this lady supposed to been dead. She advanced 2 extra months just for her son. She just want to see me do good. She always say, I just want to see you do good. Like she was so worried about me that she couldn't die in November. I gotta see her make it through.
Welcome to another episode of Tray of Truth podcast. As you guys know, this will be the first episode of season 2. We took a month break, but we're ready to get back rocking. Just to kick off the season of season 2, I got my friend, my brother, one of the people that I've been rolling with since high school. He has a lot to talk about. He's a great guy, excellent student, teacher, brother, friend, whatever you can think of. He's an excellent person. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself.
What's up? What's up, Trey True fam? I'm coming here today. I'm Alex. Some people know me by Demp. Some people know me by Nine, Esco, jack of all trades. I'm here kicking it with my boy. Give y'all some love and some free game.
So usually how I start off all my episodes, I just ask every guest that I have, how are you doing mentally?
Mentally, I'm good. I'm great space, man. I can't complain at all, Some days bad, some days good, but for the most part, we keep it floating, we keep it pushing, I can't really complain too much. I'm blessed to be here, so.
For sure. So just tell the people a little bit about yourself. I know your background, but like who are you? Who is Alex as a person?
Yeah.
Just give everybody, they could be educational, personal,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, to start off, I'm a young man from Orlando, Florida, Richmond Heights, 21 double O, but yeah, I come from a big family, got 7 siblings. I'm the 8th, I'm the youngest. So I'm family oriented, of course. My mom graduated from Florida State, so I was raised by a woman that was very intelligent. So she, taught me a lot about education, and come from like religious home with my parents. My dad always pushed like Jesus in my life. So did my mom, but my dad was really big on that. Like my family still is to this day. We have a home church here in Orlando that we all go to, whenever we're in the city or whenever I can make it. But as far as that, like, outside of that, like I love what I do for my perfection is I help others, I aid others in any facade. So I'm a nurse. So, empathy is something that, you gotta be instilled. That ain't something you can teach. It either come or you either have it or you don't, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I'm a music lover, music my love language, ladies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love music. I love playing basketball. That's my like coping mechanism. If I'm having a bad day, I got get on that court, take my anger out on the defender. It ain't necessarily anger, just life got its ups and downs. So hooping is something that's therapeutic for myself and some of my friends. So yeah, as far as education, like I said, my mom raised me correctly. She was very smart. So I was in private school. Had to wear uniforms, look like everybody else. Then I got to middle school. I moved to Columbus, Georgia, in elementary, and I went to go to Carver. So we moved back to go to middle school. So the high school, Oak Ridge, that's where I was stamped at. And then Ohio State University, the Ohio State, that's where I got my bachelor's, my dream school. So blessed to be there for amazing 4.5 years. Met some wonderful people, people I talk to on a day-to-day basis. Then, where I just graduated from last year, Marquette University, taught me a lot, got me into professional nursing where I got my master's. So that's kind of a little bit about myself. I hope I ain't say too much, right?
You gave him the whole thing, man.
Rundown.
Yeah, man. So before I even, get into everything else just involving your professional education level, I just want to take it back to where we first met. So we met in high school. I want to say I was probably in 10th grade. You probably was in 11th. Probably before that. I don't know.
Yeah, I knew of you since middle school.
Yeah, so
from the same
we've always known about each other and just things in that nature. So I want to, pinpoint some on how we became really close as friends,
Talk to me.
The thing I think that brought us together is our experiences. We both shared similarities when it comes to hardship, and similarities where it comes to, just any experience of life.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to talk about, and I told you I was going to ask you this, but I want to talk about, how we both stuck with each other through hardship. So for example, what most people don't know is whenever me and Bent were going through our challenges, either financially or just mentally, every day, I wouldn't say every day after school, but at least once or twice throughout the week, we'll go get food together. We go to Gyros.
Yeah, for sure.
Explain to the people how we got there. How do we get there? Because we both ain't have no car. So before I even dive into everything, just explain to the people how we got there.
When we were so down bad, I used to have to call this dude like, hey, I ran out of transfers for the week or for the month. So I couldn't transfer no money from my check-ins and savings. So we have to Uber just down the street, perhaps, just to go to get where we're trying to go. So that's how we kind of bonded. We had a lot of talks in the Uber rides, Uber Lyft rides. So we had to Uber back and forth to get food, to go to the bank to make transactions, stuff like little jack of trades like that. That's how we kind of like got camaraderie and brothership.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what back in the day used to have limited transfers, like numbers of transfers you can do in a month.
Like 6 or something.
Yeah, 6, and it's just crazy when you trying to save money, so you don't want to switch everything to one account. So just going back and forth, but I want to say I'm proud of you on camera. You know what I mean? Because throughout the episode, a lot of people gonna learn a lot about you that they don't know. You know what I mean? And I feel as if it's certain things that we experience that are similar whenever it comes to hardship or just anything in general, but it's also things that you went through that I've never experienced in my life.
Oh yeah.
And it's good to balance off each other because, as friends, as brothers, that's what we should be doing in today's society.
Sure.
So I want to just talk about like that mental shift that you had, because a lot of people don't know how it feels to leave home.
Yeah.
So how did it feel for you to leave home? Because like you said, even in the beginning, when you were just in middle school and getting ready for high school, you went to Columbus, Georgia, and then you came back.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that mental shift, but you permanently going away. So how was that feeling of moving from Florida to Ohio State?
Yeah. So that's a good question. I think moving to Columbus, Georgia, that kind of like brought me away from my family. So I had to kind of pivot a little bit. Like I was with my mom, of course, and I had family there, like auntie and uncle and cousins. And I met some amazing people there too. So that kind of helped me understand and be able to be away from home, like, because I was young, like 10, 11 years old, so I was able to see what it's like to be outside of home on a day-to-day. I lost routine, you know what I'm saying? I'm uncomfortable, so I had to get adapted to that type of environment. So going to Ohio State was kind of the same. By that time, 18 years old, 18 going on 19, so I'm ready for the shift of like, okay, getting away from my family, getting away from home, I'd be on my own, I learn, teach myself how to be a man. So stuff like that was, I wasn't shying away from, because I kind of learned it being away from home in a sense. So like, and then like it's home, so I knew I always can go back, and I knew like the place you from, it's kind of good to get away just so you can see more life. You don't want to be just so brought upon where you're from and so limited to that. You want to try to expand your horizons a little bit.
For sure.
So getting away from home, that wasn't necessarily difficult for me, like, cause I knew Ohio State was my dream school since I was in 5th grade. So like I knew that's where I wanted to go. I didn't know how I was gonna get there, but like I knew that was something I always wanted to do. And my mom made sure like if I had to take a loan, I was gonna do that. She just told me like, you gonna go there. Like you get in, you gonna go there. Don't matter how much money. Everybody take loans, boy. So it's like, it was just, I mean, thankfully I didn't have to take a loan for that university, but I was blessed with a 4-hour scholarship. But I was ready to take a loan if that's what it came down to. So yeah.
So that shift, I don't want to say it wasn't as hard, but it was something that you were already mentally prepared for.
Kind of like, exactly. I kind of got accustomed to it a little early. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you deal with, family? Because at the same time, in college, you only can come down pretty much seasonal.
Holidays.
Yeah. So how was that, especially being new out there, how did you adapt to the environment?
I would say family, with iPhones and stuff, you can always FaceTime. I got a family group chat, so me and my family, like we family oriented, so we talk a lot over FaceTime, over text. So we never lost a bond like that. My dad would always call and check up on me like whenever he wanted to, or whenever, like whenever he thought of me, he'd call. My mom, I talked to her every day when I was in college. Like I would call her every day. Like that was just, I don't know, that was just like my heart. So like I just, a mama's boy, you raised by a single parent. My dad was there, but like I was in the house with my moms all day. Somebody that raised you every day, 18 years. So like it's getting away from that. Like I ain't gonna say I was homesick and nothing like that, but it's like I love my mom. So like I always call her. So she's like, boy, you need to get a girlfriend. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I asked my mom, like, Mom, give me a massage. Like, man, go get you a girlfriend. Tell your girlfriend to do it. So it was stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, family, I stayed intact with that because I'm family oriented. Big family, you kind of learn how to be like, yeah, you got you got some family members that aren't cool with each other. You trying to peacemake, but family had all their issues. Every family has issues.
For sure.
It ain't just peaches and cream all the time. For sure.
For sure. So just walk me through like the experience of Ohio State, because like you said, you're a Buckeye, and you know what I mean. You love the OH and Ohio in general. So like, what was it like being, you know, what was the downfalls and what was the highs of, you know, attending Ohio State? Because I like, it's a big university. I went to a small university, so I know, like, you know, things are more accessible. But when you go to a big university, it's like you limited to a lot of things. So what was the struggles of that?
Yeah, I like to joke with people sometimes, tell 'em I am Ohio. Ohio like my second home for real. Like Florida, that's where I'm from, but Ohio like kind of developed me into a young man. So like challenges there. I mean, the only challenge I really faced there is like, you know, like death of a loved one or like academics like struggling a little bit, like not thinking I knew it all coming out of high school, but like being challenged in a different type of way that I've never been challenged before academically. That was like the downfalls of like battling that, combating that, because I had a lot on my plate. Like I was on a scholarship, and like if you're on a scholarship, I don't know. I mean, I would assume it's like this everywhere, but when you're on a scholarship, you have to maintain a certain GPA.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't maintain it, you get on academic probation, or they can just take it away. So it all depends on how that goes. So I knew I had little room for error. Then I was like in a scholarship dorm, so I had to do commitments with them outside of my other scholarships. So like I had a lot on my plate, and on top of trying to have a social life, you know, trying to balance that. I'm not much of a party goer, but like sometimes you still gonna step out and like you want to see friends, hang out, go certain places. So in that regard, but yeah, so it wasn't really too many downfalls. Highlights was just meeting people, like, you know, getting to play basketball, getting more love for the game, getting better at the craft of basketball, just meeting genuine people, you know, learning, making lifelong friends and memories, you know, because that was a place I've always been. I reflect on Ohio State almost every day. Like it was times where like when I knew I was about to leave, and I would just walk on campus and I would just like thank God that I was like that I made it that far, because I'm like I always said I was gonna do this and do that. So it's like I manifested it for sure. And it was hard, you know, you gotta put in the work. But I just always sometimes I still reflect on like, yeah, I miss it sometimes just because like it meant so much to me to get there. And like I'm proud of how I got there and that I got through all of it throughout whatever came my way. You know, I wasn't a fallen soldier. I stood on all 10 throughout everything that came my way. So yeah.
So what kept your faith so strong through the process of before you got to Ohio? Because like you said, you knew you was gonna get there, and your mom told you the same thing. So what kept your faith so strong, and just knowing that regardless of the fact I'm gonna be here?
God first and foremost, and then like my mom was very supportive of family, but I ain't gonna say I had doubt, but like it was something called like Naviance at Oak Ridge that it'll give you. It's like a little tool that'll tell you like your percentage of getting into universities.
Yeah.
And I remember like the percentage it gave me Ohio State was like 28%. And I'm like, dang, like they don't think I'm gonna get in, like, you know, because if it's over 50, you got a 50%. If it's 62, 60, but they're saying 28%. So I'm like, dang, I ain't got no shot. But I ain't let that discourage me. Like you still gotta go get it, you know. So and that's why kind of now I don't really believe into like the statistical stuff. Like I like numbers and stuff, but like if something's counted against me, I don't really worry about it, because I had a 28% chance of getting into Ohio State. So, you know what I'm saying? If I'm doing my math correctly, 72% chance I wasn't gonna get in. So
Then you got in with a full ride.
exactly. And that came about like I didn't even think about a scholarship. Like I had a lovely lady who I still talk to, Woofy, Miss Wolfgram. She helped me locate that scholarship, the moral scholarship, NFP scholarship. Being a good college and career readiness person for our school, she helped me like locate that and like, oh, you should apply for this. So people knew I was trying to go there, so they kind of helped me in that regard. But yeah, I just talking to God, faith in God, like, you know, keeping that first and foremost. So I think that's what played a good part. You know, God don't never let you down, for sure.
For sure. So just, you know, me speaking to you, I went to a private institution,
Yeah.
very small. It's just, so how would you explain Ohio State to somebody? Because like to me, you know, I just knew it because of sports. So if it wasn't for sports, I wouldn't know anything about Ohio in general. So how would you explain that environment to people that may have never experienced it or may be wanting to go to it?
Yeah. Well, that's the greatest environment of all time, if you ask me. But yeah, like it's not a private school like yours. It's a public institution. It's basically built in the city of Columbus. It takes up a lot of Columbus, but Columbus has other parts of it too. But yeah, it's a good school. Like, you know, it offers everything. It's a lot of resources. It's a lot of students. It's like 60,000 of us there, like between undergrad and grad school. So it's a big campus. Like, so if you don't want to, you know, do a lot of walking, you don't have to on the campus. They have bus shuttles that take you all around campus. To get from one side to the other, it take you 20 minutes. So you know what I'm saying? So like with that's another thing if you want to walk. But it's like you got little buses you can wait on, and then like the school got so many resources that they eventually partnered up with Lyft, where you can get lifted around for like $2, $3, $4 to get from place A to place B. So like
my school ain't even have electric scooters.
So that's the first time I ever seen Lime. I remember my freshman year, 2018, and I got on them, and I'm like, them sound too fast. They kind of slowed down. No, I used them a lot before I left, but like I wasn't messing with those scooters, because you bust your ass on those, it's over with. So I'm cool.
So how would you compare your environment where you was raised as far as, because we both from the same area.
Yeah.
So how would you compare that to Ohio? What would you like what is things that, you're thankful for getting away from and things that you
Yeah.
kind of missed?
But now with these young dudes, they always been like in our neighborhood. It's always been like youngins that's always been like crash shots on the low, like just ruthless, not thinking that you didn't hit it. But that's the lack of guidance. Sometimes for my area, a lot of us single parent homes, or we live with our grandma. So like that's how you really came from nothing when you have to live with your grandma and live with relatives. Like I live with plenty of relatives in my family, so it's like your mama can't do certain things. You gotta go live with grandma. Like that's it's a saying that mama made you, grandma raised you. So that's really how it is. So that's why I feel like grandma should live forever because they very important in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it just got me away from like I would say like being stagnant. Like I was never a type of person that wanted to be in the same spot forever. So like when I went off to OSU, I knew it was gonna challenge me. I knew it was gonna make me a better man. I was gonna see things I've never seen. I probably would never see. So just getting uncomfortable to get comfortable. That was kind of like the mindset I was kind of on. So yeah, it kind of saved me from stagnation or being another statistic, being another bum or okay, you did all this. And cause a lot of people live off of certain like high school fame and like that shit die down. Like, the niggas that was lit in high school, they ain't, what I'm saying? That ain't what it is. So
Yeah.
you got to keep pushing it and keep moving forward. That's the goal. Always trying to move forward. Never being too complacent, too content. That's why I try to stay like even keel because I never get too caught up in the highs or the lows. I try to stay even keel. So
Yeah. So would you say, so you basically saying it saved you in a sense?
yeah, it did. It saved me from, cause I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say rich mice is poverty. Like it ain't just like, oh my God, I don't want to go there. But it's like,
There's no progress.
yeah, it ain't. Yeah, it's like kind of like it's mediocre. Like it ain't no millionaires in rich mice. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't gonna the people you look up to rich mice gonna be drug dealers if they still around there. Like niggas that got money. Like it's you look up to that type of stuff. But it's like, I had parents, so they not finna let me do that. I had an uncle, R.I.P. Tim. Tim used to always joke with me, be like, "Bimp, you want to join the blood gang?" And my mama used to be like, "Boy, don't tell him that." Like, so yeah, so like it's just stuff like that. You get out of the street life, you kind of dodge that type of stuff. Like I got friends in the streets and stuff. We all, we from the hood, so like we got ties of people that's in jail and that's in the street still thugging it. But we still keep our relationship. But like I ain't gonna be with them where they know not to put me in danger, or I'm not. If I know what they own, I ain't gonna put myself in no position. Like I ain't no idiot. So it's like, but I still got love for them boys for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, I want to talk about Ohio a little bit. There's a lot of things that, good and bad that happen, but I also, just want to mention something that you talked about publicly.
Yeah.
So I know in Ohio, you can correct me if I'm mistaken. And during your time in Ohio, I don't know if it was towards the end or somewhere in the middle, you lost your mom.
Yeah.
So just like I had on my other episode, I had Daquan Evans.
Yeah,
Day, yeah.
Day, what up, man?
For sure, but Day experienced the same thing, and I had that conversation with him. However, I don't think me and you, just like I said with him, I've never talked to him about it. I've never talked to you about it. So just, I want to say explain it, but just how did that affect you mentally? Like I know I don't have any type of knowledge or don't even know what that feels like to lose someone. Like, for instance, with me, I lost my cousin.
Yeah.
One of my closest cousins. I lost him during my freshman year, and I was sent through a dark hole.
Yeah.
Right. So if that's my cousin, I can't even compare that to a mother.
Yeah. For sure.
So just as a brother, as a friend, like I know it's some days that you still look back, and some days you reminisce. But are you good mentally?
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's something that you can't, never shake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just checking in, like, you good?
Yeah, for sure.
And other than that, how did that affect you mentally? Because like you said, you didn't say nothing bad about Ohio.
Yeah.
And like you said, you suffered a loss.
Yeah.
And you still had nothing to say bad.
Yeah.
So how was that moment in your life?
Yeah, I would say before it even got to my mom, I had lost my Uncle Tim like 11th grade of high school, and that was the first time I ever really lost somebody. And Tim was like a father figure to me in a sense. Like I had my dad, but he was like my OG. Like I would leave Oak Ridge and go straight to Timber Sound, and Timber Sound was dangerous too. People don't really know about that, and that was a hooded environment. I used to go to Timber Sound and link up with Tim and my auntie them every day after high school, and we'd talk about sports, music, like, just life. Like he had put me on a lot of games. He taught me one thing. He taught me in life, like to never live with regrets. Like he did something. He said, I don't regret it. Like I live with no regrets. So it's like he kind of put that into me. So when I lost him, and we used to talk, he had went to the hospital. We used to talk like every day around like 5 p.m. while he was in the hospital. I never got to tell him I love him, and I never got to go see him in the hospital. So that was two things that kind of like bugged me. So when he died around like 3, 4 p.m. one day, and I had just got out of school around the time school get out, and I'm waiting for my phone to ring for Tim, cause he used to call me around 5 p.m. and like I ain't get no call, and then I just see like cousins and auntie crying, and that kind of just took me like. And it wasn't as worse as my mom, but like that was the first time I ever felt like death. I'm like, oh, this is real, like,
Yeah.
but I was able to process that and get through it. And then Tim used to always, he was just so funny to me. Like, he used to always tell me, like, when I got cut from overhead dress frog scene, he's like, and I used to talk trash, and he's like, I ain't never been cut in nothing. Like, I ain't never get cut in nothing. So, like, he used that, and that used to always make me laugh. And then, like, I get mad. He'd be like, ain't shit hurt but your feelings. Like, he just like, just OG me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was love. That was me and him relationship, RP 44. But then, like, on my birthday, my freshman year in college, so this like 2 weeks into the OSU, my grandma died. And my grandma was old, like 93, so I knew the time would come. But like the last conversation, like since Tim died, I made sure to start telling people I love them. Like if I don't ever see him again and talk to him, I try to make sure I tell him that, because I didn't get to tell Tim that.
Yeah.
And I had to understand that Tim knew that, but I just never got to tell him. So my grandma, I remember going to see her like in August before I left. And she had Alzheimer's, so that's a degenerative disorder, and like that ain't degenerative basically mean there ain't no cure for it. So she don't got no cure for it. Over time, someone probably gonna pass from it, But 93 is a long life, so I was sad, of course, but I wasn't as sad because like how much longer I expect her to live. She ain't finna live 50 more years, like this is unrealistic, right? But you still don't want her to pass away.
For sure.
So I remember telling her I love her, and I like, I'll see you later. I'll see you Thanksgiving. And she's like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to Ohio. She's like, Ohio? And like, she's just so old, but she's just so funny and stuff. She's always telling me, like, you gonna break a lot of little girls' hearts. And I'm like, Grandma, please. Like, they breaking my heart. What you talking about? But now I see what she meant by that. We ain't got to get into that. But like, I see what she mean. But yeah, but then that's like a year and a half after that, February 2nd, 2020, right before COVID. That's when I lost my mom. So I knew, like, my mom got cancer in March 2019. And I remember getting a call about it. And like my cousin ended up telling Rob before me, so I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So Rob kind of knew and never told me, cause you don't want to put that on nobody. Like that kind of hard. That's a touchy subject. And I remember finding out, and that shit just hurt me. Like I was at the Smith, and I ended up like going back outside the amphitheater and just crying. And Rob came and checked on me, and I'm hurt. And like Booby, like I call Booby. Booby, he don't talk on the phone that much, but if I call him for something urgently, he'll answer no matter what. And I remember calling him, telling him I was fucked up. Like, when she got the cancer, that fucked me up. But then I knew I had got a new outlook. Like, okay, I didn't ask for how much time she was gonna live. Didn't want to know that, because I was gonna be thinking every day, like, damn, this might be the day, or like, so I ain't want to ask that. So when she got cancer, me and her talked about it. We was very open about life and stuff, like, especially with cancer, it's like a timeline you get, but I ain't want to know about no timeline. So I just took it day by day with her, and then like we talked multiple times about all the wrongdoings I did. We just had an open and honest conversation and dialogue. So that kind of helped me like get through it, because like it wasn't nothing I ain't get to tell her. If there's a girl I liked, I told her. So it was nothing I ain't never get to have a conversation about with her. Like she ain't never know when I started having sex, but like she kind of did know, because she'll tell me like, oh, you starting to smell your little self, you starting to smell your little much, like, but she ain't never know. We ain't never have a conversation about that. But I remember her being in the hospital bed, and she used to tell me, like, you just want to have all these girls. I'm like, man, you don't know what you talking about. But she just say that, like, she always wanted me, because my dad, he was the ultimate Mac Daddy, RP. But he was the ultimate player. So they think, the apple fall from the tree between me and him. But, like, yeah, they just think that. But, like, with her, it was tough, because that was, like, my heart for real. Like, that was the person I loved in this world more than anybody. Like I said, somebody you be with every single day for 18 years. Like, they know how to push the buttons. Like, they know how to make you mad as hell. Like, so it's like,
Know you like the back of your hand.
Exactly. Like, we used to like, cause I wasn't zoned for Oak but I still would go there. I was zoned for Olympia. She'd drop me off at the Oak Ridge bus stop in the Heights, right? On the way there, it could be 5-10 minute drive from Metro West. I'm gonna argue. I'm like, fam, it's 5 in the morning. I'm not trying to argue with you today. But I try to outsmart her. So like, she had like a smart mouth. So and that's a lot of women. They got like smart, but they know how to get you. They know how to rub your skin. So she had like a smart mouth. So she'll be like, she'll say something, I'll be like, all right, I'll just ignore it. But like I knew like why she was like, I wouldn't sit in the driver's seat with her no matter what. I always sit in the back seat, because she'll want to hit me, like, but I'm too smart. So I sit in the back seat, and I sit in the seat farthest behind her. So I wouldn't sit directly behind her. I sit like far
in the corner.
Yeah. So like, so she driving, I make sure we not at a red light when I say anything slick. So she be driving, I say something slick because she can't reach back. So I thought I was smart enough like that, so she can't hit me and nothing like that when I'm talking. But so that was like our relationship. We were like husband and wife in a sense of how much we argued. Like we would argue about everything. And I'm like, bro, because we kind of similar. So like kind of stubborn with certain things, but like that's a lot of that family
Bounce off
dynamic.
each other.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, losing her was tough. I told her I love her as many times. I got plenty videos of her telling me she loved me. I got plenty like cherishable moments.
Yeah.
And my mom died at 60 years old. Like my parents older. Like my mom had me at 40, so I was like 19, 20 when she passed. But my mom lost her mom when she was only 11, 12 years old. So even before my mom ever got cancer, because my mom was never sick until that. So like 60 years of her life, my mom never been to the hospital. I never seen my mom in the hospital. So that was all new to me. My whole life changed in the blink of an eye. So I remember asking her like when I was younger, like how can I live in this world without you? Like I've been wanting to know that because I knew my attachment to her when I was younger. And she always say, stop being so morbid. Like she ain't never want me to talk about death and she hated that type of stuff. Yeah. And I ain't never really see her cry. I seen her cry probably, I can count on one hand I've ever seen her cry. She was strong. But she never want me to talk about that. But I remember that when she had cancer, I had honest conversation like, how am I gonna get through this world without you? Like, she's like, you gotta just keep your head. Life goes on, basically was the saying. Like, you gotta keep moving. Like, there's gonna be days you hurt and cry, but life gonna keep going. Like, you gotta keep, you can't dwell on that. Like,
stop.
Exactly. So that's kind of how she helped me. Like, we basically met each other on the side of the road and like, we went through it together basically. But like, I remember that last phone call I had with her. And I remember like, cause she could, at this point in time, she couldn't speak. She could only hear. So and I'm miles away, 700 plus miles away from home. I'll be on FaceTime with her sometimes too, but like, they called me and they're like, you gotta, Bimp, it's time. You gotta let her go. And she was supposed to die in November 2019, but she held on till February just for me. The nurses were telling me like that she been holding on just for you. You the only reason she holding on, and that made me realize something about like I never have a love like my mom's love. Like this lady supposed to been dead. She advanced 2 extra months just for her son. She just want to see me do good. She always say, I just want to see you do good. Like she was so worried about me that she couldn't die in November. I gotta see her make it through. So I remember they called me the day she died. It was like, it's time to let her go. You gotta let her be free. And I'm like, people that tell me that, they mom's still living. So like, I'm not listening to you. Like, it's like, for me, it's like I was holding her hand even though I wasn't. And they telling me to just let it go. And it's like, I can't. But this is my mama. Like y'all ain't gonna, because they don't know how that feels. So it's like, obviously my dad knew how I feel because my grandma died, his mom, but my dad was 60 plus years old. I'm 20 years old. Like, you got 60 years with your mom. I got 20 with mine. Like, my mom can't come to no wedding. My mom can't raise my kid. Like, can't do none of that. So I'm finna lose a lot if I lose this person. But then I couldn't be selfish, obviously. So I had to let her stop suffering. So it was able to just let her go. And I was comfortable with it just because it's like, I know we talked about everything. It's nothing I can do. God got the final answer. Exactly. And I realized that in November when they said she was supposed to die, because they was telling me stuff like, hey, you might want to come home and transfer schools. I'm like, I'm not transferring those schools. Like, so that's how they was throwing me signs like that she had cancer and stuff, but I wasn't catching them. And I ain't gonna put that into the atmosphere. And then I was in a class at OSU at the time when this was happening, and I was learning about cancer. And I'm starting to see it a lot with my mom, but I ain't want to put it in the atmosphere. I was like, nah, I ain't finna say that's what's going on with her. Yeah. And I ain't want to ask her either. I'm like, nah, heck nah. So yeah, I just kind of battled it, but staying strong with God, you get real close to God when something bad happens to you. Like, I was already close to him. I don't want people to think I just got close with him because of that. Like, my family always been on that. So it's like,
it's a part of the journey. I mean, like, it's always like trials and tribulations. So it's always a certain moment in your life or a certain particular time where an experience or just an action alters your life, and you have no reason but to turn to God, and that's how you begin to get closer with him. That's the same thing like with me. Like, it's a lot of people that experience things and they don't look at it as a sign to where they need to connect to God, and they just be stubborn. They think like, oh, this is just a coincidence, this is not a sign. I don't, I just got to stick to myself and put my head down. But the whole time it's just God trying to let you know, come home. Come closer so I can guide you in the right path that you ain't need.
And it was the first time ever, like, because God will put you in situations where you can't turn to nobody but him.
Exactly.
And that's what the situation was for me, where it's like, I can't turn to no book, I can't turn to no LeBron James, no inspiration. Like, it's only him. He's the only person that can save you or make this situation go away. And when people go through stuff like that.
Hold on. Before we continue the episode, I just got one question for you. Are you ready to be a part of the Lounge family? What is the Lounge family? The Lounge family is simply the community on my platform, on my website, since everywhere, where we all stay united through daily quotes, free mental health guides, merchandise, early access to episodes, clips, and segments, and much more. If you're ready to be a part of the Lounge family and join me as a community and join everyone else as a whole and unite as one and keep the world moving as one, use that link down below and join the Lounge family now. Thank you. See you soon.
We all think he gonna save our parent. Like
Yeah.
she gonna be the one to make it out. I'm gonna have this testimonial story, and it's like it ain't gonna work like that.
No,
It ain't gonna work
right.
like that for everybody. But like some people get that luxury, but it's like hell no. For the most part, he the only one you could depend on. That's like so. It was just like that with her. But I mean, it taught me a lot though. And then like I was strong. Like I always. Luckily, I always been self motivated, so I didn't need my mom to motivate me. She was part of my motivation. Like I wanted to get out so I could do everything for her,
Yeah,
take
for
care of
sure.
her for sure. But it's like I've always been self motivated, so losing her, they make me be like, damn, it's all over with. Now I gotta just like I don't know what to do. I'm lost. It was never like that. I still went even harder. And there'd be days like I remember plenty days. I failed the exam. I called my daddy crying one time. Like he ain't never hear me cry. I only cry about one exam ever in my life. I'm just messed up, man. I'm like, dang, like, and I feel like I'm letting my mama down, and that's what was really eating me up. But like,
Yeah.
like I told her I was good, but I'm not good. Like before you die, I told you I'm good, but I'm not good. Like I'm failing, and I'm like, damn, like I'm letting her down. And I used to just feel that shit, and that's what used to bother me the most. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, but then I realized, like, my dad always told me put your best foot forward and live with the results. So I know as long as I wasn't out here BSing and I'm putting in hard work every day, like
You're not losing.
I can live with the results. If
Exactly.
I studied 100 hours and I get a 50 on next exam, I know I ain't cheated. I know I went out here partying, like playing with my nose or doing something that I wasn't supposed to do, and I got this because of that. I know I put in the work, whether it was proper or not. I did what I had to do. I just came up short. So that's kind of how I took things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just all a part of the journey. Like I tell people all the time, it's a lot of things that fuel my energy, whether it be good or bad. Either it's me failing or succeeding. It's gonna be something that's gonna keep putting a battery in my back.
For sure.
And just to give you your flowers, even when you was going through your hardship, you still was there for me.
Oh, for sure.
And I wasn't going through nothing, like
sure.
probably financially, just mentally, but at the same time, it's not a time where I can say you was not there for any of your friends that I know or that we are all close with. So I definitely want to give you flowers for that. I always give you kudos and we troll and stuff like that. But
For sure.
it's a lot of things that people don't know that you do behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And
Facts.
I can definitely say it's more than times on both of my hands where you looked out for me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And not even knowing what you going through or what I'm going through, still be there to show up. So that's really important. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. Love. It's likewise. I always tell people I try to move off love, like because love the only thing that's gonna keep us living. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't. It ain't good to live off hate. Like people get jealous of you, hate on you, but that's just that's devil work. You got to move off love. God judges the heart. You know what I'm saying? Like if the worst thing you ever did like was be mean to somebody, you can correct that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I be telling people like fix their relationships with they peeps because like people be here today, going tomorrow. Like you don't want to like not have had the relationship you had and then you regret it. And that's one thing I ain't have to live with because I got everything off my chest with my mama. I ain't have to be like, damn, I ain't get to tell my mama this. Damn, like same thing with my daddy. I ain't have to say, damn, like nah, I got it all off. We talked about everything.
Yes.
Me and my daddy only had one argument like ever, and like boy, it was heated, and we like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And he ain't say F me, but he was like, I ain't doing nothing for you again, nigga. Like, and I'm like, I don't need you, like you get like that. But like it was only one time. My daddy only with me one time in my life, and he cried after. Like, so it was never really like, you know what I'm saying? So like, we always were able to patch things up because like life's short. You never know in your time. And the fact that my parents were older would make me move how I move. I ain't gonna say I was in a rush to get to where I was going, but like I knew they was getting older, so I'm like, I gotta get through this. Like I'm trying to take care of them, but they ain't never like they told me just live my life. Like you ain't gotta worry about us, but I still worry because like nah, but that age get real. Like my daddy died 73. Like you 70, 60. Like that's it ain't old now, but like that's kind of old. Like you getting up there. But,
Exactly.
Black don't crack though. So.
For sure. So you just mentioned it. So of course you went on and finished with Ohio State, and then you pivoted to Milwaukee, Marquette University for nursing. And like you said, you lost your father when you was in Marquette too.
That was tough.
So a lot of people don't know how it feel to lose one parent.
Facts.
So losing two
For sure.
while you're away from home,
For sure.
I can't even imagine how that feels.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, throughout this hardship, I've like just as a friend, I've never heard you question God. I've never heard you, try to belittle anybody else because they don't understand where you coming from. So like, just explain or just say like, where does the strong mental health come from? Where does the strong wisdom come from? Because like I said, we've known each other for what? Going on probably 10 plus years.
Decade plus, yeah.
And I've never heard you just want to just willingly give up.
Yeah, for sure.
So as somebody that has dealt with mental health issues and has bounced back from it, where does your mental strength come from?
I would say, that's a good question. That's a great question because I honestly can't tell you where the strength comes from because sometimes it'd be days. I remember a day like it was yesterday where it was like people were telling me like, you so strong, you so strong. I'm like, I'm tired of being strong.
Exactly.
Fam. Like I'm human too. Like
yeah, we got
like,
emotions.
Exactly, cause like anybody I don't know, basically being under 25, lose both your parents. I used to get mad sometimes. I had to go to get counseling, baby, because like I used to get mad that I ain't gonna say I get mad, but I feel away. Somebody could pick up their phone, call their mom. I can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I knew people weren't as close with their mom as I was with mine. So I'm like, they mama still living. They hate their mama. But I want to talk to my mama again. But like, same thing with my dad. Losing my dad was tough because his was unexpected. And he was older too. So like, that kind of fucked me up in a different type of way. Like, that made me, I'm not gonna lie. My closest homeboy, CB, when I got to credit CB because he always kept me level headed with stuff. Like, I come to him like, hey man, you know, you one of my closest dogs, so you know that. You know where you stand. But like, CB the one. So like, I'll tell him like, bro, I'm about to turn to the street. Like, you know, cause I got people, you know what I'm saying? I really thought thinking about it. He like, nah, bro, nah. Like, basically, you came too far. You can't really be on that. And I don't want to hear none of that. Nigga, I just lost my daddy. Like, it ain't, like, man, it's whatever. Like, I'm not on that. Like, I was just like so hurt because that's my guidance in a sense. Like, my mama gone, my daddy was there. When Tim died, my daddy was there. My grandma died, my dad. So he's been here. I at least had him every time.
Exactly.
So the fact that he dead now, it's like, damn, I gotta keep this shit going for him. Like, the laughter he brought towards people, like the charm, like I gotta keep that pushing. Like I gotta keep that going for him. Like,
keep the spirit living.
Exactly. So I became funny over time. I wasn't always a funny guy, but like I always make people laugh just because I know that's my daddy. I gotta keep that going because that was his spirit.
Exactly.
It's not like he was more loud than me. I'm more quiet and mellow, but I still like live through him in terms of like giving people, like making people happy, showing them love and stuff like that. But the strength, I can't even tell you where it comes from because I question that myself too. I really think it's just like the faith in God, honestly, because like I know like if God wake you up in the morning, that means he's not done with you, right?
Exactly,
so like
for sure.
you got another chance. So like this has been a tough ass year for me, like, but this year knocked me off my feet and I'm like, damn, looking where I'ma turn. Like, it's like, boy, it was too many dark days, man. Like, it's just like, and like it was a day that I couldn't call my daddy. He had a perfect thing to say if I was able to call him. I can't do that. I gotta keep it pushing. My godmom always told me, you wise beyond your years, and like, and if I get like, I ain't gonna say sidetracked, she always tell me like, you kept pushing through things most people would have been gave up on. And I'm like, and I have to sit back and be like, damn, that's real because that's true. Like, people can't stand in these size 10. They really can't. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going hard in the paint. They would have been I know people gave up for smaller shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, they can't. They not built like.
That's why I asked you where it come from, because like most people would get
It ain't something you could teach. It's just in me. Like, I feel like I was one of the chosen ones. Same thing they said, like, you got to be chosen for this. Like, I knew I was destined to be successful too. Like, I was gonna break the family curse. Like, I already knew that because like I was just different. Like, I always was smart growing up. Like, I was so smart, like in elementary, to the point where we had AR points, right? Accelerated reader. I wouldn't even read them books and ace the test. So it's like I just pick up random books, look at the cover, maybe look at the first page, maybe look at the back page, and I get 100% on these. Like, so like, and I had the most AR points in the school being a second grader, and we got fourth grader, fifth grader. And I did the same thing in third grade. We got fourth grader, fifth grade, fourth grade. Same thing. It's like I was always like kind of like ahead of my time. And
it was given to you.
Exactly. So like, it's all God's doing. Honestly, you can't plan it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So another thing that I want to talk about is what we both shared in common is our financial situations. Because we get towards the end of the episode, but
oh shit,
our financial situations was interesting, bro. You know, I think this is my first time talking about it publicly. Like, I'm somebody, like, my mental issues come from me seeing things that I want and not being able to get it because of my financial issues. It hurts you.
That hurts.
You know what I mean? And I'm not the type of person that's envious of others, but it's also like, what's stopping me from getting here? Because I know I can get here, but obviously it's not my time to get here. Yeah. So what do I need to do? And when you don't get those answers and you really trying, it sends you to a dark place.
I got something for you. We had the answers. We could cheat it. Like, we know.
We can. Ants can do whatever we want to do, but we know what consequences come from that, and we know that does not align with our path.
Yeah, fact.
So I'm not even gonna go into details, but just you know, as a conversation.
Yeah.
What got you through your dark times? Because I know with me, I think with me, I think it's just like, I know I'm gonna be able to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My whole mindset is, okay, I ain't got it right now.
Yeah.
But you give me some time, I have it tomorrow.
I have it tomorrow.
And if I don't have it tomorrow, I'm like, you know what I mean? So what got you through yours? Because like we both was in college. Like, we know how I feel to be a broke college student. So just, you know, going through your mental issues and then your financial issues.
Yeah.
What caused you, or what kept you sane?
Yeah, I get
Because when you going through stuff and you already don't like, that's like saying if your car break down and you ain't got the money to get your car fixed, now it's like, what do you want me to do? Who gonna give me the money to do it? So what got you through your financial issues? Because I feel like having these conversations could help somebody else on the outside.
For sure, yeah. So like, a lot of people don't know I'm gonna get into this, right? So I'm a nurse, right? So I graduated school in December, so almost a year ago. I took boards in January, failed, boom. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm like, I still got my job though. I'm still an extern. I'm not mad. It's not the end of the world. I'm like, okay, shake back, boom. Took this, gotta wait 45 days if you fail NCLEX, right? So I'm not discouraged because I'm like, okay, I just didn't study properly. Second time, like, I'm prepared like a motherfucker. Nobody can fault me. Like, I know I'm finna pass this time the second time. Took the second time, failed. Bitch, I cried. I say, fuck, like, that hurt me, boy. Like, that second time hurt me because I knew what was at risk the second time. Second time, when I failed the second time, lost my job. Now I'm like, oh, I ain't got no money coming in. Now I got credit and stuff, so like, but my credit, I gotta build it back up because took them L's because of this situation.
Yeah.
But like that fucked me up. Like, now I don't have a job and now I gotta wait 45 days before I can get this money. Like,
Red doing the first.
You know, exactly. So like, who can I turn to? I can't. Everybody got their own problems. My family ain't rich. I can't call such and such. I can't, like, you know what I'm saying? People going through their own thing. So like, I gotta do what I gotta do. I got my credit card. I gotta just, you know, stay down. So I told myself, I'm like, and I've been through tough times. So like, I know I'm gonna get through it. Like, I know I'm gonna pass, right? I thought about plenty ways of how I can get this money. Like, I'm like, shit, I can just donate blood. I'm thinking about donating my own blood. I'm thinking about donating my own plasma. That's how fucked up I am. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, pockets hurting. They touching. I'm, damn, man. So like, I'm thinking like, how I'm gonna get this? How I'm gonna get this going? By the grace of God, I ain't have to do neither one of those, right? And then I had like this tax situation. I'm waiting for my taxes to come. They ain't coming. I'm the only one that ain't get the taxes. It's like in April, May. I'm like, man, tax season been over. So I took the exam again in July, right? But I told myself, and I prepped a different way each time, right? I told myself, I said, I don't pass it this time, I'm gonna have to get a job I don't want to get. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't, like, God, I say, God, no. I say, God, please. Like, God knew I didn't want to have to get no regular job, right? Like, cause I'm not, nothing wrong with that, but I went to school for a reason. Like, so I didn't have to do that. Like,
put in your time.
Exactly. So I'm like, man, I'm doing what, like, it's like, what more do you want from me? So that second time, I call my sister, but like, people saying it's okay, but it ain't okay. Like, this my life I'm playing with. My sister and God wanted me to get a job, but I said, I'm staying down. So I went 4 months grinding. Then I didn't have no job, just had to stack my credit. I didn't have no job. I had to just use my credit card. I had no job. I said, this is my job, putting in this work every freaking day. It was plenty of days I didn't want to do that shit at all. Like, but you have to keep going. You have to keep going. I was discouraged plenty of time. Like, man, wake up sometime, gotta study. Like, fuck. Then after hooping, gotta study. I'm tired as fuck. Fuck, I don't want to do it. But I knew that's what it was gonna take. Third time I took it in July. Cause the minimum course you could take is 85, right? I took 85 the first time, so I'm like, I'm good. Fail. Second time I took 107, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like, I took more questions this time. I'm straight. Fail. So this time I got 85, but I was very smart this time on the third time. You get like 5 hours to take exams. So it ranged from 85 questions to like 150 or something like that, right? Yes. So you get a break after 2 hours. So I'm like at like question like 60 or something like that, or 40 or something like that. I had to use the bathroom, so I'm just, the time keep going if you gotta use the bathroom. So I lose like 15 minutes. I had to take it number 2. Shit was fucked up. I'm stressing this motherfucker. So then I come back. When I come back to the exam, I'm like question like 60 something. It's like my time, 2 hours had passed. So it gives you an automatic break. I ain't even need the break because I just came from the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, let me just go take the break. Just clear my mind, woosah, whatever. Boom. Took the exam, finished. I go about my day, right? You usually gotta wait 2 days and you get to pay like $10 or something to get like your scores in 2 days. So some people you can wake up whether or not your scores can come, right? So I got an email that night was saying like, okay. And I already knew the email. Like, it's like, it basically say, okay, we're looking at your application, see if you under team conditioning. That's what they say, right?
Under review. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. This normal. I'm not worried about it. I woke up in the morning. I check my email first thing I do in the morning. I check my email. So I wake up, check my email. I seen it. It say your application had been approved. Bitch, I fell to my knees, crying. I say, oh, because it's like the storm over. Yeah. Like, I just had to get through this. Now we up, mama. Like, I don't have to worry about shit. Nothing. Like, I don't have to worry about nothing ever. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm going to be able to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but I ain't going to, but the way I felt, like, my heart went to my ass. I cried. I fell straight to my knees. That's never happened. I was out of my body. Like, I'm touching the ground. Like, I'm slapping that motherfucker. Like, I'm like, damn, like, this real pain. Like, because if I didn't play at this time, I got to go work. McDonald's, Family Dollar, I gotta do some shit I really don't want to do. And like, it's like, fam, like, I don't want to live like that. Nothing wrong with living like that, but it's like, fam, I put in this work for a reason. I went to school 6 years for a reason. I'm not trying to be regular. Like, I'm not regular. Like, I'm not going for that. So
Yeah.
to answer all that, I just had to give you the background of how I had to stay strong. It's like people try to knock off your pivot. You can't. You got to just keep going. You got to know for every dark day, there's a light day. You know, the sun, like it rains, the sun gonna shine. Perfect example today. It was raining. I was at university, raining on me. The sun came right after. So you get to the end of that tunnel, like you got to be able to see the light even when you can't. Because even in school at Marquette, I had a dark experience with a professor, and I don't even. She was just trying to make me fail, and like I couldn't see myself out of that situation. I'm like, bro, like God, what more you want me to do? Like, what more you want me to do? Like, I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything. People asking of me. I'm showing up. I'm showing improvement, and I'm still like getting kicked while I'm down. Then I ain't hurt my knee, so I can't hoop. So now I'm fucked up because hooping my coping mechanism. And I'm like, damn, like. So I had to fast from hooping. Once I got cleared and stuff, I had to fast. When I was studying for the exam, I took like 2 weeks off from hooping, and that killed me. But I had to do it because I say, if I want to get to where I want to go, hooping is the one thing I don't give up for nothing. Yeah. No woman can make me stop hooping. My family, God Himself. God be telling me like you need to stop hooping. No, I'm hooping. Like this is what I need.
Yeah.
And like
that's
God,
an outlet.
Yeah, God listen to God though. But it's like I'm naive when it comes down. I'm oblivious. So I say I'm gonna try this fasting. And I fasted for them 2 weeks. I gave up something I loved the most. And it just somehow worked out. Once I gave that shit up, God came through. I knew He was gonna come through. It's just a matter of when. Like I know somebody that failed NCLEX took it 6-7 times, right? And you still in there. It don't matter how many times you take that shit. You gotta keep taking it.
For sure.
And I wasn't embarrassed by like I told y'all about it, but I was mad because like but I put in work. Like I'm not like here bullshit. So that's why like, when you don't get the results. When I don't get the results, I be kind of like mad because I know I'm putting in.
When your results take longer, when you actually put in the work the right way,
yeah, for sure,
man, it'll have you down, man. And just looking at it, if you look at it from the outside perspective, just somebody that knows you, even somebody that don't know you, if you look at it like this, okay, boom, you was in high school, you said you lost Tim 2019?
Tim was like 2016.
2016, okay, so you in high school, boom, you take a loss.
Yep.
Soon as that loss occurs, you get accepted into your dream school. Yep. Soon as you get accepted into your dream school, you lose your grandma. Now you at your dream school, you doing what you got to do. Boom, you lose your mom. And now you getting into your nursing school. You get accepted.
First week of nursing school. Yeah. Daddy gone. I said, what?
First week of nursing school, somewhere you want to be to get to that next level. Exactly. Boom, now you experience another loss. Now look at you now.
Exactly.
The young man that you are now. So it's like, I think the whole thing about it is faith, bro. I always tell people, faith will take you places where you thought you would never be at, or someone else, if they were put in your shoes, they would never be in that area. And a lot of people don't think about that, bro. Like, me, myself, I tell you all the time. Bro, you know me for years. Have you ever thought I'd be on a podcast?
No. Tell them why you started. Hey.
You messy.
Hey, I'm telling you.
I do it. I do it on public. So the reason why I started my podcast, I was on somebody's podcast years ago, and they told me, I always give Nathan his flowers. Nate.
Shout out Nate,
man.
Didn't know you doing a thing. Huh?
So he had me on his podcast 2 years ago, in 2023. And I was like, he was like, bro, you should do it. I'm like, man, whatever. Everybody knew I was this kind of cool person or whatever. I could talk to anybody behind the scenes, but I went through something last year. Mentally, I was always going through it since I've been in college. I was on my own. I was paying for stuff. I was going through stuff, hard times, without anybody being there for me supportively. You know, my family was there, but at the same time, I had situations that I was going through that I couldn't talk about, especially financially. I'm in college. Certain days I couldn't eat. Certain days I couldn't pay for things I need to. Then
you watch your clothes to eat.
Exactly, and then like it's hard. So I didn't have no car. I didn't really want to lean on people because I know other people got their own stuff going on. So it's like I had to pick my battles wisely, and every battle was a tough one to get through on my own. Without having a call from home and stress to my, I had to do it on my own. So all this time I'm going through stuff, but 2024 was probably the worst year of my life. I was working. I was on call every day for work. I wasn't getting paid enough, you know what I mean? I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I ended up getting in a situation, and that situation ended in a way that it was like my first ever heartbreak. Like it tore me to pieces, and
talk about it.
It was something that was an eye-awakening for me. I had to look in the mirror and be like, man, who am I? Like you living in this shadow of somebody that, you know, everybody want that person to be, but this is not who you want to be.
Facts.
So I had to take a step back and look at myself and have a conversation with God. Like, where am I supposed to be at in life? I got my career, I got a car, I got a home, I got everything I need.
Still ain't happy.
But it's still not happy. So something is missing from my life. So I started turning back to everything that, you know, I turned back to God, of course, you know, started reading, getting the Bible. And then from there, I started journaling. I'm like, damn, I can really, like, I'm good at giving advice to people off camera. I was
Take
like,
your
you
own
know,
advice.
let me take my own advice and help myself and then get up here and actually speak about this because somebody else may be going
Yeah,
through it.
facts.
So once I did that, I was like, all right, we'll see how it works. I
Yeah.
paid for the first session. I said, damn, this easy. So I'm like,
Ain't that
okay.
easy as you thought?
Yeah. So, you know, the little trials and tribulations going through it, and I had to learn, you know, different mechanisms and different things. But like, here we are today. Like,
Yeah.
I can ask any of my close friends, would you ever think I was going to have a podcast? They say no, 100, especially me going through stuff financially.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
I'm
And
gonna talk about that, dinner.
exactly. So I was always the person that like to be private. So it just so happened that land me here, and I'm happy to be here. But since we get to the end of the episode, I'm gonna say one thing and then I'm gonna ask you the question. Y'all, by the time y'all see this, it should be November. When I come back in November, I'm gonna clip this. Me and him about to go hoop after this, right? So I want y'all to know that I'm gonna put the scope on this clip when it come out, cause we gonna hoop, and we ain't gonna hoop again before, cause he got to go back to Milwaukee. But when I beat him today, or when my stats outperform him today, I'm going to clip it.
Stop it.
With this clip. So I want y'all to know, I am saying this is October 3rd, so I'm giving y'all a month to know what happened.
Amen.
So when it happens, it happens. But I always like to ask my guests before we exit out, what's 3 truths or what's 3 words of advice that you want to give to anybody? It can be covering a certain topic or it can be covering anything. What's 3 pieces of advice that you want to give to people?
Now, before that, before I forget, I meant to do this at first. I gotta give you your flowers because you know you doing your podcast shit, and I appreciate that. Like I'm a psych major in OSU, so mental health, we learn all about that. So I appreciate you for speaking on that. A lot of people ain't bold enough to speak on that. So keep putting down what you putting down, fam.
Yes, sir.
But 3 truths and what?
3 truths.
Okay, 3 truths I would give someone. I would always say be yourself. Don't live in the public image. Like the Instagram shit is not what it is. Like a lot of people on there, they not having it how they portray it. They living behind, you know, these influencers influence them. So they just think they that. Sure. But it's like, you know, you miss opportunities by trying to portray something else, you know. Another truth I would say, like, you know, I want to say like keep your faith head on straight, whoever you believe in, or whoever your higher power is. Always keep that priority, you know, that'll take you very far in this lifetime, you know, because like it's gonna be times where that's the only person you can lean on. Ain't no amount of money. Like I done got money. I'm like, man, I give all this shit up to have my mama. Like no money can change your circumstances. So like you can get money. Money helps a lot now. I'm not gonna lie, 'cause like you can buy things, you can buy nice things. You can take a girl somewhere you want to take her. You can buy a girl if you want to these days with money. So like money can do a lot for you, but it's like it ain't end all be all. It a lot come with money too. You got people looking for a handout all the time.
Yeah.
They come to you for everything. It's like, damn, like I got shit I gotta take care of too. A third one I would say, like, so I said faith, stay true to who you are, and I would say like, man, do things you like to do. Like make time for the things you like to do because it's important in this lifetime we live. Like we never gonna live this life again. So you only get one life.
Gotta
So
let it live.
the mistakes you make, live with. Like you apologize to people, you know, take care of one another. Show people more love. Tell somebody they look good today. Tell somebody hi on the corner. Like show love to people. I'm telling you, like you show love. I swear. You will feel so much better. Like it'll make you feel more better, feel more whole. You know you're doing God's work.
Exactly.
Like, if plenty of homeless people I done blessed on the street just like off of the love. Like, sometimes I can't help them all the time. Sometimes I ain't got no cash for you, buddy. Sometimes I got food. If they want to eat it, I give it to them. I don't like people eating off me because I don't eat off others. But if that's all I got, I probably can just bought a fresh meal. I give somebody some food, but it's like, cause I know I can go buy it again. They can't, you know what I'm saying? They pissy, they shit, like they ain't got nowhere to go. Like, and I'm blessed to like not be in a situation, cause my mom always told me being broke is one paycheck away. I lose my job right now, I'm reconsidering all this shit. Like, damn, what I'm gonna do next, you know? So like that's a lot of us, you know. None of us millionaires. We ain't at that point yet, so we trying to get there. So like, you know, financial literacy is important, but like, yeah, be nice to each other, man. Show people more love.
For sure.
But the shit he talking about, beating me and hooping, nada. That's never going to happen.
Flip it.
And he knows it ain't never gonna happen.
I'm gonna clip it. I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna just clip it. And
I ain't gonna do too much talking for y'all, you know. I'm gonna just show.
Man.
I told him to bring the camera out and let me bust his ass in front of everybody, but he don't want to. That's a story for another day, Dylan. He don't want to do that.
The only camera I'm on is a podcast, and then my own personal camera. That's the only thing I do.
He hiding, y'all.
Whatever, man. But go ahead and shout out your social media. You know, the world, I know you as Bimp, you know, people call you Esco or whatever, 986.
Esco.
The only number that matters is 6, but go ahead, you know, shout out your IG and all your
IG, I'm mainly on IG. I don't got no TikTok. I ain't no dancer. I don't got no TikTok. I don't be on Facebook. So anything you see on there, that's like family stuff. But I'm mainly an IG guy. IG is Alex_Escobar, AL 2 E's 2 X's _ Escobar 2 A's. That's me, man. Lil 9, Lil Esco, Lil Bent, Lil Alex, whatever you want to call me, baby. You know what I'm saying? OHIO, Mr. Ohio State. You know, all that. Man.
Nobody call you that.
You know
Like I always tell you, you are delusional when it comes to Ohio State.
I am Ohio. Clip that.
I guarantee you.
I am Orlando, Florida.
Nobody's gonna comment or repeat that to you except yourself. So whatever delusion you have for yourself, that is on you. But I do appreciate you for pulling up. Y'all, if y'all don't know this, but he was supposed to be one of my first ever guests.
The first ever, not posted. I was posted the first ever. So all y'all that came first, y'all owe me a check. I set the blueprint. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell y'all what he did for y'all. He ain't do for me. I seen him with the lady. He brought like 4 nice ladies on the show. He done gave them food, flour, whatever. He ain't give me shit, y'all. He ain't give me shit but a pound of back. He ain't give me shit.
I picked him up. I brought him here. I paid for the studio. You know what I mean? I did what I was supposed to do as a podcast host.
He popped it.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Y'all obviously y'all gonna see we not at home.
Yeah.
I drove to Orlando to do this. We ain't at the home studio right
I was gonna go to Tampa, y'all. Don't let him lie to y'all. His little police had to come here though.
He wasn't going to Tampa.
But TPA.
Listen, I appreciate my boy.
Family.
You know what I mean? Is major. I'm glad this got out.
Part 2.
Because a lot of people been waiting on you to talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got a charge if you want me to share more. I'm just saying. But part 2, I'm pretty sure we'll do a part 2. Cause it's a lot to, digest. I had to do it on a little spliff, not going on a little rant and a little TED talk. But it's more to digest.
Yeah, like we definitely gonna do a part 2. Who knows? It may be in Milwaukee. I'm not going to Milwaukee.
He ain't accepted that. My killers step on him.
I ain't going to Milwaukee, but
my boy's a step on him.
Man, y'all obviously see that he's very smart and intelligent, but he's also delusional. Y'all see. You know what? We got a minute left before I shut down. Go ahead and talk about the women that you kept talking about throughout this journey. You got a minute. Go ahead. Talk a real spill.
Dude, crazy. I don't know nothing about no women. I don't know nothing about what he talking about.
I heard he was saying like, oh, everybody always say, oh, you gonna break these girls' heart.
I ain't. I probably, if I'm being honest, it's probably only one woman in this entire universe that exists that can say I did her wrong completely. It's only one woman. She knows.
You gonna talk about it? You got a minute? You got a minute to talk about it.
Really
you want to give out a public apology?
I gave out plenty of apologies and daisies. I gave out plenty of apologies. To the women that did me wrong, can I get apologies, please?
See?
You know what I'm saying? I got slighted too, y'all.
It's always the suspects.
But I'm human. I can take it on the chin. Chin up, man. Chin up. My thug say chin up, man. Head up. I keep my head up. Head up. Beat it. Beat it, Schoolie. But like, yeah, I keep my head up. So, I mean, I did something wrong. If the worst thing I ever did in this world is hurt a girl's feelings, and I apologize for it, I can live with myself. I can go to bed and sleep very great at night. If people murdering niggas and niggas having sex with people, mamas and dad, like, man, these people crazy. If the worst thing I ever did was hurt your feelings on that sense, baby, I'm so sorry. That's any woman, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm definitely gonna post that part.
No, go ahead.
We need to get you a public apology. Nah, I can't do nothing. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, listen, man.
Honest.
I appreciate my boy to come out here. I am a very honest man. I don't know what allegation he's talking on, but I appreciate him coming out here. Y'all know how I am with the outro. Gone.